Hello and welcome back to Pixel Perfect, episode 44. My name is Vilkata, and today we are going to do something that we didn't expect to do. Last episode we said that we were going to finally go and look at that Tower of Power that we spent like 100 hours building over live streams and off screen. But there's been a change of plans. Now, that's still in the works. However, Update 7 dropped. And you might be able to tell by the sky here, I no longer have control of the weather or the day and night cycle. All mods are currently non-functional. And that's going to make some interesting challenges when it comes to recording. Obviously, I cannot do a time lapse. We'll have weather. And things will probably get kind of dark. Now, not DC Universe dark, just nighttime dark. But Update 7 has dropped, and I want to check out the new blueprint functionality. It's going to be so cool. It's going to save us so much time, so much trouble, especially, for people like me, and I imagine many of my viewers, we're perfectionists, and this is pixel perfect. And there's a reason it's pixel perfect. It's because everything has an exact placement. Everything is on the pixel. And all that lining things up takes forever. And I love the results, and I'm not complaining about it, but the ability to blueprint and have things pre-aligned is going to be such a boon, especially when it comes to like running pipes into refineries and everything. So today we're not going to worry about the Tower Power. We are going to skip ahead what was going to be the episode after that, which will be radio controlled units, because we're going to need those for unlocking other things as it is. And we will also experiment with the blueprint functionality and look and see what is on the new Awesome Shop, because I know there's other stuff. So actually, before we cut to the brand, let's take a look. And I don't have any tickets on me, but that's all right. I'll just buy them off camera. Oh, there we go. The ceiling conveyors. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Yes, thank you. And we still don't want these. All right, well, it looks like all we're getting are we probably should get the boom box too and just check that thing out as well. So I'm gonna grab some tickets. I'm gonna buy the boom box and all the tapes and the conveyor thingy, and then I will meet you at the hub so that we can unlock the blueprint thingy, whatever they're calling it. And that's what I want to start out with, is checking that out and seeing how cool that really is. So I will catch you guys over at the hub. Actually, before we get to unlocking, we have the boombox. I have literally never messed with this. I mean, I just bought it, so I assume we can put this on the ground. Well, let's put it in hand. Whoa! That's cool. First animation. Let's see here. Okay, so there is a button for put down the boombox. Middle mouse button looks like. Figured we'd have this playing while we're doing our unlocking. All right, well, I guess we'll just start with the first one. I have music turned off in the game, so maybe. Oh, there we go. Nice, jamming. All right. Sweet. All right. Well, that is some good music to do our unlocks to. So I've pre-chosen the blueprint one because I needed to know what it took to unlock it. So let's look at that milestone. So it's just the blueprint designer, and looks like it's just an upgrade to the build gun, which is cool. All right. We don't need to have more tools to carry around. Oh, I probably should turn that music down a little bit. Oh, wow, it is getting dark fast. Play up time. Haha. We probably should put on our regular jetpack. Oh, we definitely should put it on because if we don't have power, then we can't glide. Oh, yeah, we've stuck it. Oh, look. Oh, cool. I knew that they had added, like solar systems or galaxies. But, just actually getting to see it ourselves. I've always I like nighttime in games. I just, said it many times. It's just something we kind of give up so that it's easier to record what's going on during the daytime so you can see what we're doing. Oh, look how the trees are all lit up. Speaking of lit up trees, Xmas or Fixmas will be fairly soon, I believe, and we'll definitely be doing that because Fixmas is fun. All right, time to jump. Geronimo! Oh, look, the smoke trail is suspended. Woo! All right. Let's see here. So we have we have our new blueprint tab, and we have the materials we need to build one of these. So I don't think we're going to be doing it here. Wow, that is huge. I just want to drop it down once just to get a look at it. Oh my goodness, that is big. I mean, it probably won't seem so big when I try to start putting things in it and want more space. Oh, wrong jetpack. Hey, buddy, get. That's all right. We're not. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up there by the warehouse, and we're going to find a place for it. I think we're going to do. We're also probably going to clean up all that temporary stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get up there. But it feels like a good idea to do this near the warehouse, so that if we need to get materials to build blueprints, we'll be right by the warehouse, and it'll be much easier. So let's grab this and grab our boombox. Equip it. Oh, nice. We jam while we fly. Nice. So we're gonna clean all this up. This was from when we went to update 6, and we wanted to check out all the new ammo types. We set that whole thing up. All right, I think we need to. So turbo right trigger is turbo base. Whoa. Okay. And open menu. All right, let's stop. Okay, let's go upstairs, take a look at what we're going to do. Since it's nighttime, we might have to wait until it's daytime. But before we do, let's get a general plan here. So we're going to clean all this up, which we meant to do a long time ago, because all this was just temporary for making some ammo. I would like to set up something somewhere so that we can, if we need more ammo, we can just throw in some materials and then pop something out on the other side, or maybe pre-make some. But we don't need to have a full setup like this. It's just completely unnecessary. And we built this place originally as a hub for large manufacturers, like the manufacturers we have in there. And that is still the plan. Everything comes here to the warehouse, and we have all the outputs out there, and we have all this open space. It'll go fast because manufacturers are huge, but we can definitely fit some manufacturers down on different levels and maybe do some kind of staggering of buildings. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to designate a spot for us to do our blueprints. I might even do, I don't know, maybe a building to put it in. But let me get this cleaned up, and then we'll come back and we'll do something with our blueprints and can explore those new features. I was looking over the area and thinking about where we should put this, and while I want to be near the warehouse because I want to have access in case I need to, grab materials for building, we don't need it to be close to the warehouse because we don't need to have belts coming to it. So this seems like a pretty decent area, and we can span this outward if we need to. In fact, I think we're probably going to need to. I think we're going to go back to concrete for this because the build area. So let's pick that. Now that we have the general outline, we're not going to be able to expand very far because we're right up against the terrain. Well, let's see what we can get away with here. We can move it. We can bring it up in elevation if we need to. These guys are just not going to cooperate. But I'm just looking at the corners here. How far out can we? I'm going to give us half a block around on each side. It's probably enough for us to, fly around. I think we'd be all right with this. Now we just need to. Let's see what this the right click does for this here. Hey guys. Oh, I guess you can't right click while it's not playing. Oh, nice! Get off my platform! Get off my land, you crazy kids. Alright, that worked out great. I think we need to keep that. Alright, let's drop our blueprint machine here. Let's zoop. Oh, I can't draw the box because I don't have the mod. Oh, the pain. Alright. Apparently I have gray as my default color right now. Let's go back to standard. Although the gray looks pretty nice here. We're probably going to replace those with windows or something anyway. And that to a double. Back to a single. So I don't know that we'll need them in the corners all the way around. Probably not. All right, I don't think I'm gonna sit here on camera and build this. I mean, it's a fairly obvious box, right? But we get the idea of where we're going with it. So let me put you on pause real quick, like here, and get a box up and running here. Something that looks pretty decent, and maybe work some windows into it. I don't know if I'm going to go to full decoration mode right now, but I want to get this up and running so we can play. So let's give me just a quick second. Okay, so what should probably come to absolutely nobody's surprise, I did have to decorate it. I couldn't just put the walls up. Yeah, I just played with it a little bit and kind of went with a blueprint theme, right? Because the blueprints have the blue lines through them. With a darker background, I think. I haven't actually made one yet. I saw the official trailer posted by Coffee Stain, and so I got the basic gist of the functionality. I also wanted to show you this. I put a tube in here because we were away from the warehouse, so I connected to the warehouse. Whoop! Oh, great. Well. Yeah, like you can see, that's the first time I haven't gone that direction with it yet. I just wanted to come over and show you that I also did the little blueprint thing there too. So I wrote it this way, didn't write it the other way back. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Plus, again, we're coming up to Fixmas pretty soon, and it's almost like a Christmas present. Okay, well, the other problem is, or I guess the only real problem here is that these guys, as soon as we went away and came back, they respawned in the room. And I think they're going to get in the way of our building. So they will probably have to be dealt with. Yeah, see, look, you had to get on there, didn't you? Oh, what do we have on us? Well, we know that won't. Well, let's check out the blast resilience of our new blueprint manufacturing platform thingy. Go on. Come on. Come on. Look, I'm on the ground. Oh! Okay. Wow, I expected the charge up time. I looked to see if his buddy was doing the charge up, and that guy was already on his way. Oh man, caught me even though I knew it was coming. Okay, well, oh, now that the new building has been consecrated in hog's blood, I'm not going to go too extensive on this, and we still have a build to do today. But there's a thing that I really want to set up, and I want to verify it works. And I think that's going to also give us a good example of what can be done, assuming that this works, and how I intend to use this. Because I intend to go truly modular. I don't want to make fully self-contained blueprints that are full structures in themselves. Obviously not buildings, but I want this to enhance my ability to put parts together. So I want to make more complicated parts, which means I don't want to go too far with what we're putting on here. Let's go with the most obvious example here. Plus, I'm hoping that these things will, I don't have to put them up to the edge. I assume I don't have to. So I'm going to center this. This is genuinely, this is my first time putting anything on one of these. I just want 2 of these. And I did not set my colors back. Do not want them to come out robin's egg blue. And then we have to our pipes. And this is the thing that I spent hours doing. Go ahead and up by 2. And I've shown you guys a number of times how I go about this, but then I do it off camera. Except for those of you who have joined me on live streams, you've seen me do this a little bit more extensively. But this, when you're talking about rows of refineries, the small things are what take forever. Lining every one of these up and deleting and lining up and deleting. So what I want is that, and on the other side as well. And that's it. I want this to be a 2-piece modular construction that I can plop them down consecutively and then just attach the pipes across the plane to each other. And this way I don't have to line up any more pipes ever again. Just saying that makes me excited. And there is a little bit of jittery lagginess you're probably seeing. And I've heard about this, and I've seen it here on my little off camera. It's worse when we try to place conveyors, which we're going to see in a moment. But there seems to be a significant FPS issue when you're trying to connect things. All right. I think this is literally 100% of what I want in my refinery blueprint. Now, I might do a larger version of it, like a 3 pairing. I think that's the most probably fit. But for now, what we're learning, I want to do this, and I want to have a 2 and a 3. I want to have a minimal. I might even go as far as to have a 1. All right, I'm hearing. Can't be under the. No, he could be under the building. All right, he's not in here. All right, listen, I'm trying to record. You're noisy. All right. Refinery. Let's do X2 with pipes. Da, da, da. Refinery. And I don't know if we really care about the color. Let's get our Ficsit yellow. Our default yellow. Let's see here. Let's edit. Add category. We won't rename it. Let's go with production. Oh, really? Monochrome's all we can go? All right. Well, I guess it's I guess that works. And then refineries. So let's do refinery. Add blueprint here. Okay. Obviously, we need to change the icon that we apparently lost. Apparently, we lost everything. All right. I thought that leaving it would let you come back to it. All right. Save blueprint. All right. It's going to blueprint to clean up all the ones that we didn't want. Edit. Let's remove that blueprint. Yes, thank you. And okay, so refinery is its own category. Let's just put I just want to see it with multiple categories. Okay. Guess it's kind of what we would expect. All right. So what we want to be able to do, first of all, I want to see that I can connect these side by side smoothly, seamlessly. Blueprints. Well, I can't tell which way is the front. You know, we look at these so much and can't think this is the back. Maybe I need to put an indicator. Oh. All right. So, okay, so we don't. First thing I'm observing, we don't have a bounding box. That's going to make things a little more challenging. But let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm hitting Control to snap to. Is that really the closest it can go? I think it is. I think that is. Well, I want to move a little over so we can have a better view of it. Oh, it is. Very nice. Very nice indeed. That's all I want to do. I want to be able to, well, stay in the air for one thing, and then I could just come through and connect all of my refineries. Just boop, 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 boop. And we don't have to do any of the piping, and that's awesome. Now, of course, you're thinking, right, what about the conveyors? Well, I'm on that. I'm on it. I got that also in mind. So the thing here is that I don't know what direction I'm going to want them to go, which is why I'm not building them into the blueprint. So, splitter. Doesn't matter what, all I need is the spacing. That's all I need, just that. And we'll assume Mark 5, although that's unlikely. That's fine because we can always tone it down. And then I'm just going to delete everything else. That's literally going to be my blueprint right there. It's going to be splitters that are pre-spaced, the correct space for refineries. and then I can boop, 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 boop them as well. And we'll put them in the refinery, category. And we will put that in the same folder. That way we don't have to worry about, fishing them out. And then I'm just going to do the same for mergers. So now the theory is that we can, again, it's all meant to be modular. So we're going to be able to come out here, blueprints, splitters. Again, I'm going to have to figure out, being able to tell easily which direction to go in. So in this case, you can see in the middle, there's one side of the splitter that is different from the other ones. That's the input. So we would do like this. Just line it up. Just like that. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Until I misalign it and then I have to delete all of them. Excellent. Just like that. And then I can just come inside here and fall out of the sky and connect them. Or I could if the refineries weren't backwards. So apparently this is the front. Yeah, so there are definitely going to be some tactical learning curve. Like figuring out a good way of my telling which way the orientation is. And I mean, it's just a matter of, like, in this case, like remembering that the smokestacks are in the back. It's going to be an easy mistake to make. But, now that I actually have to pay attention to it because I can't see the input-output lines, that's just something that I'll have to do. I could also maybe color the, pipes on one side one way and the other way. But as you can see, we'll be able to go through and do an entire floor of refineries and then go along and go boop, 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 boop with splitters, boop, 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 boop with mergers once we determine what direction we want them to be flowing. And that way we don't have to have 5 different refinery blueprints that are, refineries with conveyors going, output conveyors going north and input conveyors going south, and then, having 15 variants on that. This way it's entirely modular and I don't have to worry about it. I have one blueprint for the refineries, one blueprint for the splitters, one blueprint for the mergers. And I can go through and do this with things like assemblers and whatnot. With assemblers, it's going to be a little bit more complicated when it comes to conveyors because, it's 3 or 4 outputs or inputs. And sometimes, depending on the space, we have them stacked. Sometimes we have them on walls. So that's going to be something else. But the refineries are the big deal because of the piping. And this makes me so excited. I want to run out and build something with refineries. All right, well, that's going to be it for that for now. I'm going to think about stuff I want to do with it. It's going to be an incredibly powerful tool. It's just going to be a thing that over time we'll build a library for our use. And it's gonna be a big boon for future runs of this game. One of the problems of being a pioneer, a person in an early access, is that we play the heck out of these games. And especially a game that's so well put together as Satisfactory, it's fully functional even if it's not feature complete. So we end up spending thousands of hours in this, and then it goes to 1.0, and it's like, do we start over again? And a lot of the discovery becomes the grind. And I think that blueprints are a true benefit to people who have played this game for a long time, because we have come up with strategies and we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel over and over again. We can go forward and build on what we've done before rather than doing it over. So this is going to be a major gift to us who have played this for a very long time, and it's going to make it a lot easier for us to play new runs of the game, and, without feeling like we're running over the same old ground. So I'm so appreciative that they put this in, and I just can't say enough about it. So thank you, Coffee Stain, for doing it. I know that I've gone on for a very long time. I know that I'm already over the half an hour mark, and we haven't even started a building. So I'm gonna do a building right now. It's not gonna be big. It's not gonna be complex. It's just gonna be manufacturers for the radio controlled units. There won't be a time lapse because I don't have the tool. The mod is disabled right now because all the mods are disabled. So we're just going to go over real quick what I'm doing. Then I'm just going to cut and do it. This is what we need to build. This one here, which uses circuit boards, which, my goodness, I am so tired of making buildings that create circuit boards. Fortunately, it's only 15 per minute, and we have like 150 or 120 or something like that left over from all of our other manufacturing, because we've always gone big. And this is why we go big. This is why we overproduce, especially subcomponents. But this will save us on oscillators, and we're only producing, I think, 7.5 per minute. So that's great. And we're making a whole boatload of casings, because that was last episode, and plenty of rubber. So this is going to be easy for us to support. I'm going to put down a building somewhere right around here, something probably in that vein, because this is our manufacturing area. And I'm going to pop some of these in, figure out how I'm going to run the conveyors. I don't want to do the conveyors on camera anyway because, again, look at the frame loss. I mean, oh my goodness, I do not want to do that on camera. And then we'll come back and look at the final product, and then we'll call it an episode. So I'll catch you after it's built. All right, well, we still have daylight. Let's go over this real quick. I haven't put the roof on yet because it's easier to review it from up here. I bandied about a lot on the design of the building, and honestly, I kind of decided that I wanted to have this kind of cool stair-stepping down and stick with the same style. So after all that work of trying to redesign it, I just came back to the design we already had. Now we had to modify it a little bit because this is actually not quite as wide. And if we did the two window slant here, it would clip through the indicators. Not the biggest deal, but by going to one wide or just one window, we clear the indicators and keep them inside. But I was able to utilize the blueprint thing for the belting to great success. It was very nice. Just a quick example here. What I did was I followed the same principle that we had put for the refineries, and I came up with just a little modular two-piecer like that. That is the every other spacing, and it's just the right parting with the stacker for the conveyors to go over. So as you can see, we can do that, and we can just chain them all the way down. And I didn't bother lining this up here for this example, but point being is that clears, and the belt can go over it, and we don't have to deal with all that alignment, none of that stuff. And it was a major boon. It was just so nice. It seems like a small thing, but getting all of this organized was considerably easier. And, I just didn't have to realign things. It was very nice. So this should be all ready to go. All we need to do is power it. Cross our fingers. And, because I know that we're out of time, so I didn't want to have to go over along the way here. Just get this going. And the output should go along here. It's going to go outside the window, up the ramp, and this item lift tower that we built like 4,000 episodes ago will finally have its second item going through it. And, you know, originally we built this to have, you know, the potential for lots of manufacturing in the area. And, you know, I envisioned it would all run through here. So that was super easy. It was already, you know, pre-run to the warehouse. So assuming that I put it on the right port, we should have radio controlled units going through here. So oh yes, I did, I made a mistake. All right, it's okay, not a big deal. Reminds me, I wanted to tell you about also, I can't paint these. Like I can paint this one over here, but these ones that are windows, see I'm clicking, it says that the customization is already applied, but it's not changing them. So, you know, welcome to bugs, early access. But I did need to upgrade the speed of these belts. I calculated them all the way up to here, so these are Mark 4 and Mark 2. You know, I've mentioned before that I always draw everything in Mark 1 and then come back later. And I just forgot to do it before I started recording. There they are, the new radio control units. We will be able to use these to start doing some unlocks and to start actually preparing materials for the space elevator, because that's going to be a long-term thing. A lot of material is going to go into the next tiers, and it's going to be something we're going to want to have running while we're doing other projects. And this is going to get us to kind of the first set of them. So we are done. That is all. And as the sun sets on Pixel Perfect episode 44, we are ready to wrap this up. So we got to explore the new blueprint functionality, and it's just awesome. I cannot wait to really exploit its full potential. It's such a great implementation. I think they really nailed it. So I'm so happy with it. We now have a new building in the background. That's awesome. I think we're going to keep it that way. I like the way it came out. And we've got our radio controlled units up and running now. You know, it didn't have to be a big complex build. Not everything has to be. That's the reason why we take so much time and effort building up the supply lines, so that, you know, when we get to the end of that line, we can just throw the things together and then we have our product. So, you know, all the work was the foundational work, and getting to throw that final product together was relatively simple. So that's great, and I'm glad that we got something that we could do in the episode aside from just making that small building. But that's going to be it. Well, I'm going to try for next week to do the review of the Tower of Power, as long as nothing else comes up that we need to do for project-wise. But thank you very much for coming out. You know, if you have any more questions about the Update 7 stuff, let me know, and I'll try to cover them. But be sure to leave a like on the way out if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't, and come back next week and check out the Tower of Power. But thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next episode.